So Descartes, he's trying to find out what he can believe, and he starts out by saying, look, I'm just not going to trust any of my beliefs until I can be absolutely certain that there's no way I can doubt those beliefs. So he just wipes out the whole tower of his beliefs, and then he casts around and he says, okay, now I'm trying to figure out if there's one belief that I can be absolutely certain is true, that I can't possibly doubt. Now, he can't believe without any doubt that he has a physical body, that his hands exist, or his head exists, or even that his brain exists. So he can't believe that. For all he knows, he's just living in a dream right now. And even though it looks and feels and tastes and everything like he has a body, those could all be figments of his imagination in a dream. He can't even be sure that geometry or mathematics are true because there might be an all-powerful evil demon deceiving him about all of that. So he's going around and he's thinking, yeah, I guess, I kind of think that I have a body, but I can still doubt that because I might be dreaming. I could doubt whether 2 plus 2 equals 4 because there could be this evil demon. I could doubt whether I'm thinking right now. Wait a second. I can't possibly doubt whether I'm thinking right now because if I do doubt whether I'm thinking, then I would be doubting. And doubting is a kind of thinking. So try as hard as I might. I can doubt whether I have 2 hands, but I cannot doubt that I am thinking right now. As long as I am wondering whether my hands exist, as long as I am doubting whether 2 plus 2 equals 4, well, then I am wondering, I am doubting, I am thinking. So I can be absolutely certain that I am a thinking thing. And gosh, if I'm a thinking thing and I'm thinking right now, well, that means I must also exist. So I know for certain that I exist and I'm a thinking thing. I still don't know, though, whether I have a body or whether space even exists at all. So notice what's interesting here. That means that Descartes has discovered, look, I can be absolutely certain that I'm a thinking thing, and that's true even if I don't have a body. So that seems to indicate that who I am just isn't really tied necessarily to the physical body I may or may not be attached to. That I can exist. It's possible for me to exist as a thinking thing, even if the physical world, and my body included, doesn't exist. This seems to be the ghost in the machine that we're talking about. Now, Descartes goes on in his meditations, and he kind of talks himself into thinking that, oh yeah, I do have a body, and that body moves and goes through space and all of that. But that doesn't change the fact that who he is does not seem to be identical with that body. Because after all, he could get rid of that body, and he would still exist as a thinking thing. So he's got this idea of his self as a thinking thing that exists outside of time and space. And it does happen to be connected to a physical body. So he's got this idea that there's 2 different kinds of stuff in the universe. On the one hand, there's physical stuff that exists in time and space, and that's what your body is made out of. But then on the other hand, there's this mental stuff. Mental stuff can exist outside of time and space. And it has to exist because, after all, you can imagine that your body doesn't exist at all, and yet you, as a thinking thing, well, you wouldn't be here because you wouldn't exist in space or time. You, as a thinking thing, would still exist. So, that's his idea, that we are somehow a kind of ghost in this meat machine. We've got this meat machine body that can move and, cause things to happen in space. Hello, Liam. That sort of thing. But the thing in charge of this meat machine is this mind, this thinking thing that exists outside of time and space.